brand new spot today. I am down south, and I have a friend that lined this permission up for me. Now, he metal detects here, and he says he's found quite a bit of stuff. He could not make it today because, unfortunately, well, he had to work. But he lined this farm up for me. There's some woods here, and there's some fields. He says there's several house sites, a sawmill, and he said might be able to find some Indian stuff. So we're going to look around for a little bit of everything. First thing we have to do is cross this creek, and that is the best place I can find. That's our bridge to treasure. I think it will hold us, and I think my balance will hold up, at least I hope, because that water looks pretty deep and pretty cold right there. Alright, now I have a terrible sense of balance. That is deep too. That's probably over my head right there. I'm going to have to turn the camera off on this one. Probably use the shovel and detector to kind of balance me. So we'll see you on the other side. And if you fall in, you know what to do, right? That's right. Hold your breath. It's early yet. Think it will hold us? I think it's actually broken in two. It's a lot shakier than I had hoped. I might have to crawl on my hands and knees. We'll see you on the other side. Oh, just like a toddler on my hands and knees. That tree, it was shaking and creaking the whole time. Well, maybe that was actually me. Let's go digging. So I'm searching around for the mill site, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say I haven't found it yet. Now, he drew me a map and stuff, but of course I left that in the truck. I think I'm close though, because I believe that's a little dam behind me. But I got my first good signal. I've already dug one shotgun shell, and it was a little bit of squeaky, kind of high, so I dug it, and it's a coin. My first good signal. Second hole I've dug, and it looks like it's silver. Now I have no idea if it's, 1940 or 1840, but we're going to find out together. I have not picked it up yet. You see it? I'll give you a close-up, and maybe you can figure it out before I do. There it is. I'm afraid to pick it up. I'm almost certain that's a coin. What do you think? That's better. What do you think? Old or new? It is. Well, I can't actually read it, so. Old! My poor buddy's gonna be sad because I promised him I'd text him any good finds, and I'm gonna have to text him as soon as I get out here. I was just talking to him a few minutes ago, so awesome. I'm sorry, dude. Maybe we can arm wrestle over it or something. You're a lot bigger than me though, so that wouldn't be fair. And younger. I'm 1,000 miles from home. I still can't get away from those trains. They're everywhere. I think they're following me, actually. Or I'm following the old railroad lines. Probably one or the other. Just crossed that swampy area behind me. Kind of gave up on that area where I found the dime. I wanted to show you a cool little plant right here. This is called a fiddlehead, and it's actually a baby fern. In another week or so, maybe even less time, these will all fold out, and there'll be a big fern plant right here. And this is the root right here. It comes back year after year, and you can eat these things. Those are quite edible. I've never had a raw one. Should we try it? Let's do it. I have eaten these things. You can like batter them and fry them. And they taste like, something, anything that's been battered and fried. Let's try one raw. Hope it's not the poisonous kind. I think people put them in salad, but not this kind because it's very bitter. More like astringent. It's not bitter, but it's making my tongue go numb. I'm going to spit it out now. So I just climbed up the hill after eating a fiddlehead, and I'm still alive. Got a decent signal here. I thought we'd dig it together because when I started to dig it, I noticed a piece of old pottery right here. Yeah, my buddy told me there's a house up here somewhere. There's lots of pipe stems and stuff, so we're going to look for that. But we'll go ahead and dig this together. I'll let you, got my headphones on today, but I'll let you hear what it sounds like at least. Nice solid hit. Kind of sounds almost like a shotgun shell, and I've dug quite a few of those already, which is part of the reason I'm coming out of the woods. So there's some fields up here we can look in. So we're going to do that. Alright, that should have been it. Nice sandy soil. Alright, ready? Let's listen. Could be in the hole or just the side here. There's a root. I thought it was a something sharp. Yep. Okay, so out of the hole. Out of the hole. Let's take a look here. One-handed look. Not yet. You see it? Do ya? I don't see it yet. Alright, we're gonna go. Ah, there it is. Look! It's a shotgun shell. There'll be a ton of these in the woods, so we're gonna go ahead and bag this and head out in the field. Or at least the edge of the field looks like it's kind of grown up. I guess we're gonna go ahead and try to find the field he was telling me about. One in front of me is grown up, and I think the other one he said has a winter cover crop on it, but we can go in there. Farmer said it was fine, just fill in the holes, because they're just going to plow that under probably in another month or two. We'll work this edge right here, because we saw the pottery. Not going to spend a lot of time, because that's too grown up for me. Not too many hits in here, the machine, but I am seeing some broken glass that is not that old, so we're going to move pretty quick. But I wanted to show you two things real quick. First off, here's a skull. I hope it's not human. That's probably a squirrel. It's a rodent. And their teeth are really long. I'm going to pull their teeth out so you can see them. They have to keep gnawing on hard stuff. Otherwise, their teeth will actually grow out of their skulls, curve around, and kill them. Go right back in. Just hold on a second. Well, maybe I can get this. Yeah, I'll just show it to you. So that's just, see how it curves back like that? If they don't keep gnawing on nuts and stuff, that will keep curving around and go right up in their skull and pierce their brain. So they always have to be eaten. And I wanted to show you the ant lions. Ant lion of death. Remember, I had a video about a year ago where I showed you these guys. There he is right there. These are little creatures that make a nest. Kind of looks like a snapping turtle, doesn't it? A little bit. But you see his pinchers on the front. And they make this little trap right there. Go on. Get back in there. It won't take them long to fix it. And the ants will crawl across and fall in there. And they'll come up out of the sand and grab them and pull them under and eat them. That's an ant lion. Some bleached bones. This is a white-tailed deer. Doesn't have any antlers or the places where antlers would grow, so it's a doe. And if you look right here, you can see there's some scat or animal poop. It's full of hair, so we know that's a carnivore. And he's kind of marking his spot here. Well, I guess this is the spot. Marking his spot here. But when you see poo like that and it has a lot of hair on it, you know it's a wild carnivore. If it was a dog, it probably wouldn't have animals mixed in with it. I would imagine a coyote out here. I just came upon this little area in the woods where there's some iron up against the trees. Big pieces. So I think it might be at one of the sites he was telling me about. I hear a lot of little pieces of iron. I just found this really, really cool bottle. It's broken, unfortunately, but check it out. Wouldn't that have been a neat bottle to have whole? Beautiful color. It says, let's see if we can see it in the sun. Not really. It says Mallard Distillery, Baltimore, new something patent applied. That would have been a really pretty one right there. Picking up a lot of big pieces of iron. I thought I'd just show you this one here. I don't think I'm going to dig it out though. You look down here about, I don't know, 10, 12 inches, there's a big piece of pipe. I guess that's either a pipe or part of an axle or something. Supposedly there was a mill right in this area, so it could be part of that. But because we're not in a Civil War area, I think I'm going to give up digging the big iron pieces and just concentrate on the gold coins. Well, I found the old mill. I was actually really close to it when I dug that axle up there. If you look here, you can see this big bank. That's the old dam, and this is part of the mill building, I suppose. You see all these walls going around. This is some type of structure here. Got some metal sticking up. There's my detector right there. I haven't looked around yet. Ooh, old armadillo tree. Don't know how old this stuff is. I mean, it could be, I guess it's 1800s. Though I don't know for certain. That water might be really good to look for bottles. This is interesting. It's like a big chunk of lead someone dug up. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. A big chunk of lead. Like I said, I have a friend that does metal detect here some. And he said he's hit it pretty good, but we're going to give it a shot. Look at this old bottle. That would have been a pretty one too, huh? That's pretty old right there. Put it back. Let's see what we got up here. A lot of bricks. Dug a hole right here. I'll fill it in a little better in a minute. This looks like the foundation right here to something. Yeah, we'll look around here for a while. You can definitely get a better view from back here. This is a really pretty site. Let's go over here. See some fire-reddened rocks here. So somebody had, this looks like somebody probably had a campfire here. See how they're all split open like that. Yeah, we'll grab the machine. We're going to look around this area, this flat. So I'm digging a lot of iron and stuff, which is discouraging, but I also got an oyster shell. And we're a long way from the coast, so this was brought in for food. Hopefully they lost a gold coin out here. They're eating those oysters and drinking that whiskey. So I'm just above the old mill, and the water's a lot shallower up here. So I think maybe we'll go along and just kind of search the side as far as we can with these boots. Kind of hoping maybe there's a bottle in there or something, who knows. But this would have been the deep side of the dam, so they could have thrown other trash in there. And we'll find out if they left anything for us in just a moment. That's what we're just talking about, doing a little detecting in the water. This is kind of neat. Look at the old timbers right here going across. This is right at the dam. This was an earthen dam. And this must have been for part of the sluiceway or something, because the mill is actually right around the corner there. So above the dam here is loaded with iron. I just pulled a couple pieces out to show you. And I'm going to start concentrating on non-ferrous things, or things that don't have iron in them. I don't know what that is. That's really kind of cool looking. Broken on both ends, but it's tapered like that. It's kind of weird. Again, this isn't really a Civil War area, and if it was, I might be looking for like artillery shells and stuff they might have thrown above the dam to get rid of them. Yeah, so we're going to have to dig some more iron just to make sure. But we're going to find some coins right up there. Right there by that little plant in the middle. 7 gold coins, 3 silvers. I dug this because it was artillery shell size, but it looks like it might be part of a gear or something, maybe to the gate. I don't know. Kind of weird that it has that big nail or a nut and bolt through it. There's definitely a gear of some sort. I'll have to leave this for my buddy to dig someday. Well, there's the bush, or the plant, and there's the find. I guess that's a homemade sinker. Looks like maybe a musket ball, or some type of round lead ball that was cut. I suspect it's a sinker, an old one. Oh well. Next time will be a gold coin under one of those. Little tiny brass or like copper ring right here, kind of a small thing. I got another decent signal right there I want to dig. But look at this. This is the dam, so we're actually in the deep water right here. I mean, this could have been lost after there. Look at those mushrooms. Isn't that cool? Look like oysters. I bet those are oyster mushrooms. Well, I have no idea. Alright, there's another decent signal here. I'll let you listen to it. We're not really finding much anyway. Somewhere. Yeah. That's pretty scratchy. There was one here somewhere. Okay, that's definitely non-ferrous, so we'll dig that. I'll let you see what it is. That's probably what I heard. There's something else here, but that might be iron. But let's go ahead and dig this one. I have to turn the camera off though. Just a modern bullet that's fired. I've actually dug a couple of these already in here, so we're about the end. We can hunt this right here, and that's going to get deep. So we'll go back up on land. So I decided to head up on this hill right above the mill, thinking that maybe that's where the mill owner's house would be, or whoever ran the mill, because they wouldn't want to live on the water. And I just found my first flat button, which is cool. And there's a lot of bricks up here, and tons of iron. So I think there was a house right here above the mill. We're probably 30 feet above the mill on like a little peninsula of land that comes out. Some of the bricks, and you can tell these are the old style. And I see broken ones all around, so I suspect this is where the house was, so we're going to concentrate up here for a while looking for coins and buttons. Give a little close-up of it. It's just a plain flat button, but that's the first for the day. Right along the edge of the field, and I noticed that the dirt that was piled up where the farmer cleared the trees back a little bit had a lot of bricks in it, and it was very dark, so I just started kind of digging in there because it was loaded with iron. I couldn't hear anything, but I just popped out something. It's probably just a button. But I thought we'd look at it together just in case it's a coin. I think that's it right now. There it is. It's right there. It's a little bit thicker than what I think a button should be. So we'll look at that in a minute. But I wanted you to see all these bricks in here, and I tossed them out. And this is all decomposed bricks. I couldn't find that before we forget it. Knocked it over, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Well, something here. I don't know if that's it or not. You see it? Oh, there it is. What is it? Man, that feels somewhat unlike a button, but I guess it probably is a button. Yeah, there's a little knob right on the back, and it's probably the shank. But what I'm going to do... Yeah, it's a button. Oh, rub it on the seam. Rub that on the seam. And see what we have. I'll always look at the front, because it might have a... design on it, and actually be a military button from the Revolutionary War or the War of 1812 or something like that. A lot of those flat buttons were. Well, a lot of those buttons are flat buttons, so I don't see any designs, but I'm not going to bore you with this all day. We're all hunting, I promise, but I want to show you what I'm doing here. Haven't found anything great, but I think we're getting close to maybe finding some stuff. Here I've been digging through all the bricks and stuff, and I'm getting to a very hard-packed layer right here, and it's loaded with square nails. See them all down in here? And I found a fork. There's an old fork right there. I mean, it's hard to say how old that is. That could easily be, well, it probably is 1800s, I'm sure. Tons and tons. Look at that hook on that thing. There's tons and tons of nails in here. Here's another one. So what I'm going to do is kind of peel all this back, keep going through it, getting rid of the nails and piling them up, and we'll listen for the coin. Because if this was a house, there could be a lot of coins mixed in with this, and we'd never hear it with all these nails. All right, right here, man. Let's do it. Are you ready? No, don't hold your breath for this one. This is getting kind of interesting. I haven't dug anything great yet, but I am getting into some pottery and whatnot. Here's some of the things that I found. I got a pipe stem here. Got some pretty piece of plate. Lots of nails. Some regular like old cookware. If you look over here, I'm getting into a lot of charcoal and really black dirt, and that tells me this is where the house burned, right here. So everything that was in the house burned into a pile probably. So it's all in this area, probably scattered out right here. And I do have a decent squeak. I have the discrimination set on 13 for some reason. But listen to all the iron, but there is one squeak in here that we need to investigate. And what I'm going to do is, I'm pulling this dirt out, picking out all the iron that I can see, running the machine over it, digging out another 2 or 3 inch layer, layering that on top and listening to that. Okay, not a thick layer, but I heard a squeak. Just a little bit of a squeak right there. I'm suspecting that's not just a nail, but there's something in there with some nails. So we'll dig behind it. See all that charcoal and stuff? I'm going to scoop this out. I can see nails rolling out of there. And spread it out a little bit, pick up any nails we see. There's one. I'll throw it on the pile. And hopefully it'll squeak a lot louder now that we got the dirt moved around. Now see, it's not yet. So what I'm going to have to do is move this dirt around some more, because if there's a little tiny button by one of those big nails, it might not squeak very good for us. But this is like a hard packed dirt for some reason. And I'm going to just scoot it around like that. It would be better if we had a sifter. Man, a lot of iron. Now you guys would say to me, hey Bo, why don't you just use a pinpointer? I'm going to show you why. Well, something there. Something there. See, there's so much iron in here, all you do is dig iron all day long. And I don't want to dig iron all day long. I want to dig gold and silver all day long. So there's no way you can use a pinpointer. Cause, I mean, listen to it. That's all you'd ever do is dig that stuff. So our goal is to be the most efficient that we can possibly be. And dig that stuff out. Thin layer. Pick off all the iron you can see. Run the machine over it. Nothing. Get another layer. Bring it out. Thin layer. Run the machine over it after you pick out the iron. And check the new dirt before you dig it. I forgot that part. But that's the only way you're really going to be able to dig through this stuff and dig more than, say, you know, a 5-gallon bucket of dirt in one day. Still digging back into here, and you can see how dark this soil is right here. So this should be, there's a nail right there. So there's going to be all kinds of stuff mixed in with this dark, dark soil, including millions of nails. So we'll listen to it with the machine. I'll show you what it sounds like. There is a good target over here that I threw over here, I guess. I haven't looked at it yet though, but let's just listen to the iron and listen. And we want to hear what we're listening for. We're going to hear the blah, 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 and every once in a while, go blah, blah, weep, blah, blah, weep, and then we go back and forth and hopefully get the weep, weep a bunch. Even if it only weep, weeps a little bit, we can move the dirt some, get the nails and whatnot out of the way, and then listen. Because as you can tell, everywhere I look, this is a square nail. Alright, let's take a peek at this stuff. Get the discrimination on 17. I'm going to go ahead and bump that down to like almost nothing, so everything comes through. See, hear that? That's a possibility. It could just be iron, but if we take our hands and just move it to the side like that. Now, if that might be a button right there, maybe, is it? No, it's a nail. That might be the nail we're hearing. When you find the square nails and they're not rusty like that, I think that's because they were heated really, really hot. Sometimes in a fire, you know, after they were forged naturally. And they just don't rust. And they sound really good with a metal detector, as opposed to, you know, some of these nails that might not have gotten very hot when the house burned down. Let's listen again. It might have been that nail, because they do sound good. Guys, see all the nails? Look, here's another one. It's probably 100 underneath. It had a magnet that would help, but of course I don't have a magnet. There's a pipe stem. See the pipe stem? Look at that. Oh, that's cool. I don't tell them what we might find out of here. So I'm going to listen to the dirt I haven't dug yet. I have to be careful when we get to there. Alright, let's back up a little. Where I was sitting. Iron right. A little bit of a squeak here, so I'm going to just check and get these nails out of the way. No, I'm not really hearing anything that's some pottery. But I did hear something over here. Yeah, so there's definitely something right in here. It could be a button. Might be in this clod. Nope. Probably right down in this stuff. Hopefully it's gold. It might be melted lead. Now there's a nail. Hope it wasn't the nail. Now, sometimes bent nails will give you a good signal. I'm throwing them in a pile over there, but I don't think that's what it was. Nah, it's up here a little bit higher. But see, it was right with that nail, and we still heard it, so that's a good sign. Peel this back a little. You see it? I don't see it. Gosh, we should see that. It's gotta be right there. I hope that's not it. That looks like a modern bullet. Nah, what is that? They actually haven't even dug that yet. Look. Looks like a doorknob, I guess. You see that's a doorknob? Let's see what it is. It's a giant doorknob. I guess. I don't know. Definitely not our... That's solid. Oh, man, that is awesome. I love this thing. I don't know exactly what that is. What is that? Seriously, now, if any of you guys know what that is, I would love to know. I have no idea what that thing is. I can't even imagine what that thing is. I mean, it looks like that's the whole piece. It's finished all the way through, so you're supposed to see all of it. Nothing broken off the end. Nothing broken off that. That's awesome. Maybe it's a little arm, a little, you know, weight for a elf or something when he's making cookies. Alright, we'll put that over in the big pile. And we'll listen again. That is a giant piece of brass. I say I hadn't even dug that thing up yet. Alright, I'm going to keep digging this back. We're just going to keep going back into here. Again, this has all been pushed out of this field up into a pile. But I think this is the original bottom because it's hard packed. That hasn't moved. Farmer didn't push that up. So I think the house actually sat right here. You know what this is? Not a vampire fang, although it kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Maybe it's a vampire grave. That's a pig tusk. You know, from a pig that they would have eaten. That's pretty cool. Some more pottery in here, or china. Throw that in the little pile that's close by. And let's run the machine over this. I'm in that really black dirt with the charcoal. Let's see what we got. Alright, I don't hear any super awesome squeaks, but I'm going to go ahead and level it out and keep digging. I'm not going to turn the camera on until we get another good... So I went ahead and I'm back filling this hole. Definitely coming back here. I just don't have time to do this today, nor do I have the right shovel. So, this is what I got out of the hole, minus a few things, but... I just wanted to show you some of the different type of ceramics that you can get. You know, this is cookware versus the fancy ware. Oyster shells. Again, we're a long way from the shore or the ocean, so they were hauled in for food. Pig tusks are very common. You find a lot of these for some reason in home sites, and of course the pipe stems, or the clay pipe, and the bowls. I didn't find any of the bowls. Don't know what this is. I've seen these before. I think it's some type of doorknobby thingy. Probably, since it's square. Of course, that one flat button that I found in the very beginning, tons of nails, and this doodad that I don't know what it is, but I really like it. It's so heavy. Alright, that's it. I hope you enjoyed digging in the dirt with me. We'll come back here for sure, because I really want to get in here with a bigger shovel and excavate it better. It's only about a foot deep, so it's really not that hard to do. We'll come back. It's probably a whole bag of gold coins, like another 6 inches back in that bank. I'm going to think about that probably for the rest of my life, or until we come back, which will be soon, I hope. See you on the next video. Until I go to sleep, she'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand. Keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep.